As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. A second down throw for Prescott. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, Prescott. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 63 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run again on first down. Cook looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On 1st and 10, Cousins dancing to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd down, Cousins. They'll roll it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. David Irving coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This will be taken at the 10. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Stephen Weatherly coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Prescott from his end zone on 3rd. Letting one fly deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. David Irving in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Flush to his right. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. To throw is Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
46.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. Wide open, Amari Cooper. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
26.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the red zone now, Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Kendricks in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Second down, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long.
46. Here we go, 46, 46.
Third and long for Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow.
They start the drive with Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Rhino.
Cousins now on second down. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. David Irving in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
4 down. Liz, 50, here we go.
Now Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken in at the 22. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Two minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Get out. Right there, over there.
They'll give to Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Prescott now on second down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins, escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pick up there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Cousins. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he finds Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 30 yards there. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Throwing is Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
On second down, Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Again, it's Cook. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. This one complete to Gresham. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Buying time is left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Black. Lucky 50.
Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on this. Scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibson. First time they looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Taco Charlton in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go, huh? Throw. Lino.
Cousins to throw it. And he's able to find Diggs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Back to the ground, Cook. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run it again with Cook, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A give. This is Cook, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd down, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times, converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said, enough of that.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
A second down throw for Prescott. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
46.
On third down, it's Prescott being chased out left. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Handoff comes to Cook. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Wide.
Cousins now. The left side caught by Diggs. 22. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arm saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
Lynch 50, here we go. Lynch 50, here we go.
They pitch it out to Cook. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
Lucky 50. Line out.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Wide. Wait your heart, huh?
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. He spins free. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
46.
Prescott from the gun. Flushed out right. He may try and run, but Prescott stripped. And this belongs to the Vikings.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. Cook following the penalty. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
300. Here's a hard.
Now Cook. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now here come the Cowboys. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
It'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We'll go 46. 46. Under. 26.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Minnesota, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.